Hello and welcome to my channel, On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today is Monday, beautiful Monday outside. It's a little bit gray, but let's find out what's been on the hook. Well, first of all, I want to thank y'all for all your wonderful comments about my handbell video that I put out. It's on my Facebook group and you can catch it out there. Everybody's been approved that's asked me to be on Facebook, so should be able to get out there and take a look at it. But it was just part of one of the songs that we played, but it was the first Noel, a very beautiful, beautiful handbell song. And it's an arrangement that is very popular around here. We usually play it also at the symphony, and the symphony will be coming up in a couple of weeks. And the people there just really love that arrangement. It's a beautiful sacred song, and it's exciting. Everybody's playing bells. It's very, very wonderful. So I had a great time. This weekend we played with the boys choir, and they actually build this tree on the stage out of wood, and the boys are lined up on different levels of the stage, and they sing, and they're beautiful songs, and their voices are so glorious. They are in the boys choir until they're about 12, and when their voice changes they move into a different choir. But this particular choir is young fellows. They're probably about 6 to 12, something like that, and they are just wonderful, wonderful to work with. They're so appreciative of us, and we love to talk to them and visit with them in the tree. So they're just fun guys to be around, and they're very sweet. So we had a great weekend. It was very, very nice. And thank you for all your nice comments about the video. I wanted to get that out there so you can get a flavor of what handbells sound like if your church doesn't have a handbell choir. So I just wanted to put that out there for you. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I haven't been back since Thursday, but I wanted to hop on and do my Happy Monday video for all my viewers and subscribers who actually watch my videos. I really appreciate it very, very much. And I wanted to give you an update on some projects that I'm working on first before we announce what our gift recipients will be receiving, hopefully on Friday. So I will be back when I can. It'll either be Thursday or Friday. I'm going to be out of town a little bit this week, so I wanted to hop on here and do some project updates and do our gift recipient list. So first of all, projects. When I'm performing downtown at our local beautiful Tivoli Theater, it's called, it's built probably in the early 1900s. It's a beautiful, beautiful building. And when we're there, we have a dressing room where we all just kind of wait around for it's time for us to either rehearse or to play on stage. And there might be 2 or 3 hours where we really don't have anything to do but sit around. And we all bring our crochet projects. Several girls bring their crochet projects, and we talk about it, and we crochet while we're waiting to do whatever we have to do. So I took my knit crate cowl that I had talked about last week. It's called the Anti-Dunes cowl. It's done in this size 4 yarn that is 40% merino, superwash merino, 30% baby alpaca, 30% silk. And it is beautiful, so soft. I had a lot of people trying this on, but it's the cowl. And I finished it. I did not take it way out like I was going to. I did do some more work on it, and then I ripped out some of it because I just really didn't like how it was turning out. And so this particular pattern is not hard to make. It is basically a beginner pattern, maybe an advanced beginner. It has several rows of ribbing, and then the rest of the rows are shell stitch in a certain pattern, you know, across. This ended up being 24 inches around, and that's a small cowl. I think my cowls are 28 inches and above, and I think 28 is probably the ultimate size because it would fit probably anybody. But this is a little bit small, and I'll try it on and show it to you. Oops, I got some on my now. This is a 24-inch cowl, and I'm wearing it with the rib up at the top, and that's how she's modeling it here in the pattern. So I thought I would put it on that way, but it's really pretty. It's so soft. but it is plenty big for me. Look how high it comes up on me. I really don't like huge cowls that you have to squish down all the time. I like them to fit, and so that if I put it on, I don't have to mess with it anymore. There were probably 12 rows all together that I did in the shell stitch and the ribbing. So it wouldn't take much at all to make this. In fact, I used one skein of this yarn, and I had a whole skein left over. This one was left over. And I started another cowl, and I did some of the ribbing, and I decided I wasn't going to do that. I think I'm going to use a different pattern. I'm tired of making this one. It's beautiful and all, but I'm done with it, and so I'm going to probably give that away for Christmas, and I doubt that I'll make myself one just like it. But it's a beautiful stitch. It's very, very beautiful, and it looks very intricate, and it's not just a plain half double crochet or double crochet. So I really like that. I got it finished. I've tied in all the ends, and it's ready to go. So I have someone in mind that I'm going to send that to for Christmas. Now, another project that I've been working on a little at a time, and it's been a while since I started working on it, is this wool and mohair sweater. And I picked a size 3 yarn for this to be done in, and it's I don't mean to shake that, it's a wool and mohair blend, and those are together. It's a white wool strand of yarn, and the mohair is wound around it in black, and it's really pretty. It's very, very, very soft. I really like it. And I decided to make, I'm sorry, I've got some wool on my mouth here. I decided to make it out of just a half double crochet, and you can't see through it. See, can you see my hand? No, it's great. It's perfect. And now I'm making this with a J hook. Love my J hook, and the J hook is a 6.0 millimeter, and that makes this particular sweater have a really nice drape. See how nice that is? It just kind of falls and folds. It's very, very pretty. It's soft, and you can't see through it. Now, if you'll look on the wrong side of this, and I'll show it to you here. Well, here it is, the wrong side. Right here in the middle of the row, I started a new ball of yarn. And I do that. If I know I'm going to be on the wrong side, I can start that. It doesn't bother me. And I just sew in that in when I get through with it. I don't wait till I get to the end of the row, because that's probably quite a bit of yarn there I would have had to waste. So I didn't want to do that. I just joined right in the middle of the row. It didn't cause it to look weird on the outside or anything. But I did realize that this particular sweater is pretty tight. And I am actually making it so that you can't see through it. So in doing so, it's going to take more yarn, obviously, to crochet this particular sweater. And so I know that 7 inches of this sweater done in this width took 1 ball. And so I did another 7 inches, and there's another join. I think it's on the edge of the row. Yeah, it's on the edge of the row. And that's another 7 inches. Well, I'm going to need about 24 inches to get from the top of the back all the way to the hem. And I'm making this, and I wasn't thinking when I started it, but I'm making this in a very boxy style. And so this is going to be, see how big this is? It's very big on me. It's probably got maybe 4 inches of ease, maybe even a little more of, I don't have my, yeah, it's about 4-inch ease. So it's going to take more yarn to make this. Well, I had bought 8 balls of this ice yarn, and it's 160 meters on a ball. And so I have been crocheting along, and I realized that if I use another ball to make this, the top of this, I'm going to need more than 3 balls to do just the back. Each 7 inches takes a ball. And if I have a 24-inch top to bottom measurement, then I'm going to need about 3.5 balls or 3.25 balls to make one side. Then I have to make the whole front, and then I have to make sleeves. So I thought, you know, I'm in big trouble now. I'm not going to be able to finish this with the 5 balls I have left. So I'm going to order some more. So I went on Ice Yarns this morning, and I did find it, so I quickly ordered it, and I have another package coming. And I didn't want to spend any more time on this till I was sure that I could get more yarn. So I took this downtown to work on, but I didn't work on it very much because I realized I probably wouldn't have enough yarn to finish it in this one package, so I needed to order some more yarn. That's a little lesson learned there. I probably should have ordered 2 packages to begin with. They weren't very much. They're only like $3.99 for a package, and that's so cheap. I mean, that's $8 for the entire sweater with 16 balls of yarn. But I was thinking I could get a sweater out of the 8 balls, and that didn't work. So that's the progress on this sweater. I love it. I love black and white together. They're some of my favorite. You can wear that with a black skirt, with black pants, with jeans. You can wear it under a white denim jacket. You can wear a black jacket over it. I mean, there's so many things you can do with this. I'm going to make it long sleeves, but it's going to be a boxy sweater. It's going to be boxy, so I probably won't be wearing anything over it unless it's a winter coat. But there again, that's something I might decide later. I just didn't want to work on it too much because I wasn't going to have enough yarn to finish it unless I made another order. So I did that this morning, and I've got an order coming. So when it gets here, I want to make sure that it matches exactly, which it should, and then I'll be good to go and I can finish that sweater. I'm almost done with my cobblestone sweater. I'm making it with a K-hook. That's a 6.5, sorry. That's a 6.5 millimeter. That's a pretty good size hook, but this is a very fat yarn, and I've talked about this before. This is the City Tweed from Knit Picks. It's a beautiful wool yarn, but it is very fat, and it took probably close to 6 balls to make this. And when I finish it, I will talk about how many yards I needed to make it. But it's really pretty heavy. It's a heavy sweater. I'm almost finished with it. I have 1/2 of one sleeve left to finish, and to finish writing the pattern, and then I'll have it out probably by Saturday. I should have that new pattern out on my Etsy shop, so you can take a look at that. And then I've been working on that all along. So that's the progress I've made on those 3 projects: the black and white sweater, the cobblestone sweater, and the shoreline yarn cowl. And I really like all 3 projects. I had a good time this weekend working on them, but I wanted to stop on the black and white. I wasn't sure about that one. So I wanted to let y'all know what I'm wearing today. I am wearing a velvet jacket now. I've had this for many years. I wear it every Christmas time because it's nice and warm. But underneath, I'm wearing my side-to-side sweater in the party yarn from Karen, Simply Soft. And this is the same yarn that I'm giving away this week, only it's in green. These are silver and black, very beautiful. And, you know, I made this in a cap sleeve top. That's the pattern that's out on Etsy. And I'm just wearing it under this really pretty velvet jacket. And I like it this way. It's pretty and it's cool under there. There's plenty of room to move around because it's just a cap sleeve sweater. So you might consider making one in a party yarn or a sparkle yarn and just make it as shown. It's a cap sleeve. I think I added a row or 2 on the cap, but you can make it as long as you want. In fact, a short sleeve would be really pretty out of this side to side. And one of the projects I have that I'm working on right now, not right now, probably after Christmas I'll finish this, but it is a side to side sweater. I'm making it from Comfy Cotton by Lion Brand. It's a size 3 cotton and acrylic, really soft yarn, and I've made quite a few things from Comfy Cotton. I really like it. This is the driftwood color. This is driftwood. It's got a little bit of blue in it, blue and brown. And let me show it to you as it's crocheted up. And this is in a J-hook, of course. But it's got a pretty good drape to it. The Comfy Cotton has a good drape because it's a number 3 yarn. But this is what it looks like made up. Now, side to side is going to run this way. So this is what it looks like at the top. It runs vertically, just like this top. This is done in the side to side, same pattern, only, well, this one has some texture to it. And when I release the pattern, I will, release it with all the directions on how to get this to look this way. But I really like the way this turned out. This is a ridged pattern. I don't know if you can see that. But I've shown this, I think, one other time. I did some more work on it, but I put it away because I was working on some wool and mohair things, and they're more for winter, so I wanted to go ahead and finish those. But this pattern is the same as this pattern, only done in a comfy cotton driftwood color. So I really like this. It will go with jeans so beautifully. And I'm going to make it with long sleeves, and I think I have 2 of these left, so I have plenty to work with. And there are lots of yards on here. There are 392 yards on the cake, so I might be able to get it out of 2 cakes. I still have this much left, and I'm almost through with the back piece, so that should work out just fine. So now let's get to what we're going to send out this coming Friday. I have 3, this is a yarn week, we're going to do yarn, and I went through some of my stash and I found some yarn that I probably wouldn't be making up this winter, so I'm going to give it away. And part of that yarn is from Knit Crate. This is a Knit Crate Vitalana yarn that I received, and I had 2 hanks of it. I caked up the 2 hanks, and this is one. It's a full hank. It is 201 yards of a size 4 yarn, and it's really nice. It's kind of fat too, so it's got plenty of volume when you make something with it. It's a hand wash only, lay flat to dry, 100% Peruvian Highland wool. I made something from it, and I'll show that to you next week, but I'm not really ready to show that yet. I'm not quite ready, but this is a really nice yarn, and it's kind of variegated. The colors are all the same kind of color, but they're different strengths. It's different hues, maybe I could call it. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but they're different strengths of this particular copper color. Very, very pretty. Very, very pretty. And the colorway is called Whiskey. So that's the color of Whiskey, and that will be going to gift recipient number 1. Gift recipient number 2 will also get a hank of Vitalana. I'm not going to cake this up. I will send it out as a hank. This is the colorway Dawn Blush, and I received 2 of these as a gift. I'm using one, but I won't need the other. So I'm going to give this away. It's a beautiful, beautiful 201 yards of Peruvian Highland wool, just like the Whiskey, only this is Dawn Blush, and it is really pretty. It's got some beautiful colors in it, and it's 200 yards, so you can make a cowl out of this very easily. You can make a hat, some gloves, something like that. It's not really a sweater quantity, but I'm sure you could go out there and probably order it. I say that, I really don't know that. I haven't been out to see if either one of these colors is available at Knit Crate, but they both came in a Knit Crate box, and I thought I would give them away because I will not have time to make anything from these this year. So I'm going to go ahead and let a subscriber have one of these, and that way you can enjoy the yarn during the winter time. So you'll probably want to be using that. The next gift recipient, number 3, will receive 2 skeins of Karen's Simply Soft Party Yarning Green. This is what I had left over from making my Christmas sweater, and I won't be making anything else out of it. I actually made a cowl that is included in the Christmas sweater pattern, Joyful Flower, and also I released the cowl as a separate pattern out there, so you can look at that. But this is 2 skeins of party yarn in the spring green, very beautiful, and this is the color that I used for my Christmas sweater and the cowl as well. So 2 skeins of that will go to gift recipient number 3. I hope you have a wonderful week, and join me next time to find out what's on the hook.